Today is Tuesday, May 21st, and I'm selling my beloved Lightspeed Classic. A gentleman's coming over right now to get it. I bought it for $27.50 back in 2003. I'm selling it for $1,000. I've done thousands of miles on this bicycle. I love it, but I don't ride it as much anymore, so it's time to let go of it. I'm primarily doing it because I want to get another bike. I'm looking at getting a Look 785 RS Huez, a dedicated climbing bike. This has been kind of my rainy day bike, and like I said, had lots of fun on this bike. Did a lot of big rides down in Georgia, like the Six Gap, and had lots of fun doing that. It's been a great bike. I really like the old classic bikes from 2003. The geometry is really nice on them. It's been a great bike, and I hope the new owner will take care of it and really enjoy it as much as I have. So it's time to say goodbye to it. Kind of teary-eyed about it, but that's the way it goes. I hope it gets a good home, and I think it will. Hey folks, guess what day it is? It's new bike day. Oh yeah, everyone always loves that type of day. So here I've gotten a new Look climbing carbon fiber bike, and it can't be all bad when we see words like Dura-Ace on it. So we'll crack them open here a little bit and we'll make sure everything is not damaged. It's not, because I've already actually opened it when the UPS guy was here. So it should be a good day of playing with new bike components. I've drug the boxes as delivered from UPS into the garage, and I'm now going to pull out the Look bike and we'll see what it looks like. No pun intended. Oh, that's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, I know. What'd you expect? You know, it's not gonna look like much when you first pull it out. So I'm going to go over here and put it up in my rack, and then we'll look at it a little bit more closely from there. I've spent the last couple hours this afternoon putting my new bike together. It is a Look 785 RS. And I believe the RS stands for Racing Sport. Correct me if I'm wrong. So this bike is actually a 2023 model. It's not the newest one, but that's quite all right with me. I just weighed it, and it is 16 pounds 5 ounces. So that means it's about pound and 6 ounces heavier, believe it or not, heavier than my Cervelo R5. And I believe that is totally due in part to the Di2 Grupo from Ultegra, because on my Cervelo I have SRAM Red 22 mechanical. And there's obviously a penalty weight first going to Shimano, because it's actually heavier than SRAM, as we know nowadays, plus being an electronic Grupo, you've got a heavy battery. But, you know, it's quite all right. It's not going to slow me down because I'm not racing, so it's really not a race. But if it is a race, I will probably lose. But let's go over here real quick. So this is about the only color they had. I think it's kind of a shade shifting color. You can see here it's a green, but then if you notice up here at the top, it kind of goes to a purple. Then the whole thing fades to a black, or almost a dark green in the back. It's actually a smooth finish up here, beautiful, nice and smooth. Then it kind of gets to like the slightly textured or matte finish that you see on some of the cars nowadays. Not exactly sure why they did that, but It is what it is. I didn't have a choice of color, so this is what I got. That's just the way it is. No big deal. But it does have the semi-wireless Ultegra, which means it has I think a CR2032 battery up here, which communicates to both the front derailleur and rear derailleur. The battery is, of course, in the seat post. So the only thing really electrical is it's got a couple wires coming down here, one that goes to the front derailleur, and then one that goes to the rear derailleur. And it's interesting, I'm sure everyone probably already knows this, but it's got a little port here in the back, and that's how I charge it and also put it into what they call adjustment or maintenance mode in order to adjust the gears. Now this bike originally came with wheels from Karima, and I looked and looked and looked, and I thought that they were a little heavy. So I splurged, and of course what I said long ago was the frame is one of the most important parts, but the wheel is maybe perhaps more important. So I don't mind splurging a little bit and getting some good wheels. Now, of course, these may be pretty staid wheels to a lot of people. These are the Dura-Ace C36. Now I know there's probably a little bit lighter weight wheels and maybe wheels with more bling out there, but I like these because these actually have cup and cone ball bearings. And I have quite a few wheels that have sealed bearings, but the beauty of these is that they're Shimano, and I know that I'll be able to get parts for a long time. Who knows what's going to happen with a lot of the Chinese built wheels, although who's to say that these aren't built in China too? I mean, who really knows? They could very well be. So I really haven't taken it for a test yet, but I've been building it, making sure I did everything just right. I've gone through everything, make sure everything's tight. I've torqued everything to the proper settings. I have put on my favorite Terry Fly saddle. I didn't get the titanium one. I've heard, I'm not racing, so what? Although I did put on a lightweight carbon fiber stem. I thought I was going to have to change the bars. These are the standard bars that come with it from Look, because I didn't think they'd have like an ergo top, but these actually do. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm sure I will have to tweak it as time goes on to get it fitted just for me. I've set the saddle height and haven't set the tilt yet, but I'm going to take it and run around the neighborhood and see how it goes for the first time. Oh, wheels, a tire specifically. So I'm running 28 millimeter Continental 5000s, and these wheels are really good for that since the external diameter here, I believe, is almost 28, so it has a really good aero cross section. I could have gone with deeper wheels, but I really wanted the wheels to probably be as light as possible, but very durable. I know there's fancier wheels. I believe these wheels bare weight is about 1,350 grams. And that's not terrible. I know there's lighter weight wheels, but then you start sacrificing, I think, a little bit of durability. Yeah, that's it. No, a little bit of durability. So, all right, well, I'm gonna go take it for a cruise.